Three things I do every morning. Let me paint a picture for you. I wake up at 5 a.m. Very tired. Not awake. Dragging my feet into the bathroom. You know that feeling where you shouldn't be awake, but you're just kind of like there. You're semi-conscious and your eyes are half open, you're walking around, right? You're yawning, you're doing the little like you got like cotton balls in your mouth. Uh that's me in the morning. I'm always like that. But I end up dragging my feet into the bathroom and I just kind of stare. I turn off my alarm clock, right? I stare at the mirror and just kind of like almost zone out. Like I blank out. I'm not even thinking. I'm kind of like standing there just in this fugue state. And then I proceed to go and do a cold shower. Let me tell you, I do not like cold showers. They are awful. They don't don't believe the hype. Do not believe the the gurus that tell you all the health benefits and all the things that come with the package of taking a cold shower. Oh, you'll get used to it, they say. Oh, it's cold for a little bit and then you're just like, you get used to it. No, no, no. Maybe I'm just an outlier, right? Or maybe I just need to do it for a longer period of time. But let me tell you, I do not like doing the cold shower. It is awful. So I'm staring at the shower, right? I'm staring at it. I'm just staring straight at the shower. Laser beaming it. And I'm just staring at it and I'm dreading it. I'm just like, oh God, I gotta do you again. I gotta do this again. And I'll stare at it for a good anywhere from like 30 seconds to like 5 minutes before I even get in the shower. Then I get in the shower and then I slide that curtain. I'm looking at the water spigot, the water faucet on off valve. I'm staring at it. Again, laser beams. And I'm just like, no, 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 no. I don't want to do it. And I'm also very tired. Don't get me wrong. I'm like super tired at this point, and I'm staring at that valve. I'm like, no, no, no way, no, 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 no. I'm staring at it, and then I go take a few deep breaths. I go, and I go 5, 4, 3, 2. Like I'm about to jump into like a double dutch or double like hopscotch, like two jump ropes. I'm like 5, 4, and then uh after the 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I nope, not gonna jump in, and you do it again. You're like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I turn the valve on its lowest setting, and I'm like, ooh, no, I don't want to do it. And then that little knob you flip up, right? That little knob you flip up to release the water, the cascade, the waterfall onto your face and body. I release that valve and oh, screaming. I am screaming. Ah! No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going, ah! Can you imagine? Like, ah! No, but I'm definitely like, ooh, I'm doing like a most muscular pose for a bodybuilding competition. I'm just going, ooh, I'm flexing my muscles like I'm about to take a punch to the chest or stomach. like that's gonna like affect me. It's psychologically it helps though. Maybe it gets some blood flowing, but then I do this, ooh, and I just go, "Argh," and I shake my head in like pure, not terror, not fear, but like I'm being stunned, I'm being stunned with the water, and then I'm doing like the air fist. I'm like, ah, it is cold. I don't like it. Don't believe what Joe Rogan does. He's crazy. He's going in that waterfall, that cold plunge, and he's like, yeah, I do this about every day, and he's got this like there's ice cubes kind of wandering in there, and I feel better when I talk about it, when I'm talking as I do the cold plunge. And then I go in, and he like, you ever see, there's a video of him like doing a cold plunge in his like ice bath, and he's just like casually just in it. And he's just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this, indefinitely. I do it, for what it wakes me up. Like there's nothing that's going to wake me up better. I guess the second, like the number one thing I could do is like, be Joe Rogan, have a multi-million-dollar house, and then have like a whatever how much that ice bath cost, and have a place to put a very expensive ice bath. But I don't have that. I have a cold shower. Um, that would be the number one thing to do, right? So do this cold shower. Do that every morning, even when it's late. Like even if I have to do like I have to drop someone off. I have to even if I have to drop my wife off at work, and I come back home. I go and do the cold shower, regardless. It's actually the funny part about that is it's worse to do a cold shower after you've been up for an extended period of time, because then you're like your rational mind says, yeah, that's stupid. Don't do that. That is dumb. That is the dumbest thing ever. Don't do a cold shower. And I'm like, you got to do it. And you're awake. You've had a cup of coffee or two, and your rational mind saying, yeah, I don't want to do this at all. At all. You're already awake. Why? Why do you want to do it? You've already had a couple cups of coffee. You're awake. Don't do it. But you're like, but I do it anyways. I do the thing because it's a thing that I don't like doing. And I dread it. It's a thing that I don't want to do. And that's one of the reasons why I do it. It builds up my mental fortitude to doing things that I don't want to do later on in the day. Psychologically, it builds my mental fortitude in a sense that like I'm building a callus on like those things that you do every day that you don't want to do, and sometimes you make excuses not to do them. Like those days they're like, oh, I don't want to do chores, I don't want to do this or do that, right? And you make an excuse, oh, it's late, oh, it's so late, I don't even want to do it, just don't want to do it at all, and I'm just so sleepy. And you make an excuse like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, and you're rubbing your eyes. Oh, you're making faces. You're like, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And pretty soon it's the next day. It's tomorrow, and you're like, no, I'll do it the next day. And you just keep pushing that thing, that kicking the can, pushing along for the next day or the next day. Pretty soon it's like a month. Pretty soon it's a year. Whatever it is. I don't. Hopefully you're not procrastinating that much, but it ends up being this thing that psychologically hardens me. It builds up my ability to do things that I don't want to do throughout the day. So that's why I do cold showers. I don't like doing them. When you see all these really well edited videos on YouTube talking about cold showers and how it's so awesome, like, oh, I really do, you start getting used to it, you know? No, no. or maybe you do. Maybe it's going to take me like 6 months, 7 months, a year before I've like put a like shower me and like yeah, uh, I'm not feeling it anymore. It's just cold. Uh, maybe that's going to be the case. But every day, like maybe I'm just a wuss. I'm probably deep down inside, I'm just a wuss. Big old softy doesn't like cold water, right? Um, so I do a cold shower every morning to kind of build up my mental fortitude. It wakes me up. It it subconsciously allows me to do things that I don't necessarily want to do throughout the day. And so that's my first thing I do. The second thing I do, outside of making coffee, the second thing I do is I exercise. Um, all this stuff I do is actually uh, gearing up my ability to be an artist or do the things that I want to do art related. So like everything I do in this channel or on my podcast or anything I do is kind of like adjacent to my art. Oh, I do the cold shower so that I have enough energy and am psychologically able and able to do or to draw when I don't feel like it. I exercise in the morning, so usually that means like 15 minutes of jumping rope. Funny thing about jumping rope, well, I did that. I do that because I don't have like a treadmill, and I don't want to go running outside, and I don't want to like I don't know do burpees or whatever. I don't know. But the funny thing about jumping rope is like as you get better, it gets harder. Like when I first started out, I'm jumping and like every two jumps, my rope just hits my ankles or my feet, and I'm like, and I just do some more, and pretty soon I could do three, and then four or five, and sometime pretty soon I can go 30 seconds to a minute without messing up. And as I get better, the longer the time is before I mess up, which means I'm spending longer amounts of time, like longer time or a longer frame of time doing cardio without taking a micro break, right? So as I get better, the cardio gets more intense because I start getting better at jump roping. I start doing more advanced movements like that little skipping thing that people do with the jump rope. I don't know. And then I follow that up with one set of high intensity training or one lift of high intensity training um, garnered by I think it was by Mike Mincer and who else was it? There was another guy. He was the creator of Nautilus. I don't know his name offhand. I just kind of escaping me. Um, but promoted by Mike Mincer and some various YouTubers online. And that's pretty much one set to failure at really slow reps. It used to be like I would only work out once a week, but I was finding that I don't have the time to do a hour long workout, even if it's once a week, which is kind of funny. Um, so it's 15 minutes of skipping rope and one set of high intensity training or one lift. So that could be bench, that could be lat pulls, some sort of shoulder press, leg like squats or something like that, arm curls, and then the main thing that I do, all this sets me up. This is all a giant setup. This is all a setup for my art day. Um, it primes me for my giant block of artwork, and I draw roughly right now. This could change. This could change. It's very hard to maintain this volume of drawing for me because I don't have a lot of free time. But right now, it's 2 hours of drawing, and they're broken into four blocks, four quarters of like four sections, um, four blocks, four quarters, four parts. It doesn't really matter how you label them. They're broken into four parts, um, and this could change once I complete certain portions of this. So like one part would be a digital art course that I'm working on the side. And I'm doing this so I can improve my digital art craft, my ability to render objects or draw digitally, because I'm very weak in that regard. The second part is old commissions that I'm just trying to finish, and I have a list of commissions that is just I'm just going to work on them until I'm done with them. I'm not going to get done with them for years, and the only reason why I won't get done with them for years is because I need a good, I need like I need a good like 4 to 6 hours of free time just to like just hammer down on them, and I don't have that. Like I have about 2 hours to do this, and I feel that this stuff is just as important. And um, these old commissions, I'm just doing them. I basically am doing it for free. So I say commissions, but I mean that like I'm just doing free art essentially. So uh, they'll get the work when they get it, and it's gonna be awesome. So free art. And then the other two parts, the one part is a live stream where if you, for those that are uh, uh, that know this YouTube channel, I do a lot of live streams. Typically, I do a 30-minute block of live stream. Uh, Typically, that can entail like right now it's me drawing cactuses, but in the future it's probably going to be doing more extra study, like study with intent to improve, because I'm noticing some chinks in my armor in my artwork, and we all know how that feels when you start noticing like oh my gosh, I am really really weak at X. Like so for me personally, I'm noticing that I'm really weak at doing portraits unless I have a lot of time to like fiddle with it. Um, I can't seem to capture the likeness of a person in 30 minutes to an hour. I need like 30 minutes to an hour just to do like the bot like the almost the sketch of the structural sketch, not even the sketch of the face, but I need to like or I need to do 30 minutes to an hour of just studying that person's face before I even pursue the actual drawing. So I'm noticing some chinks in my drawing armor, uh, per se. And then the last bit of thing that I do for the day is one art request. Um, I do that just for fun. Kind of do that for to kind of. I basically do this art request, basically because I do that to force myself to draw things that I normally would never draw. Like I wouldn't draw some of these cartoon characters, or I wouldn't draw cartoon cats. I just wouldn't draw it, you know. And so I do it because it gets me out of my comfort zone. So everything I do art related is kind of like gearing to get myself out of my comfort zone. Uh, my morning routine, like the cold shower, the the uh, the exercise, and the drawing are my big three things that I like to accomplish before noon. And um, I do that by getting up at 5 in the morning, and I can knock that stuff out before 8 if if everything goes to plan. Knock it out by 8, and that is that's a lot of work to do. That's like some people don't even do that in a week, you know. But I'm accomplishing some major stuff. I don't know, like I'm being like I'm gloating. I guess I don't. I guess no, not a lot of people jump rope for 15 minutes a day. I don't know. Anyways, so those are the three. Those are the three. Oh my gosh, it's so stupid. Those are the three things that I do every morning, regardless of how I feel. Um, as I said, the first two things, the cold shower and the exercise, are primers for getting myself set for drawing. They're kind of like habit triggers almost. if I don't do my cold shower and my exercise, I'm almost not like I feel like I'm lost. I'm like, oh, what do I do? I should be drawing right now, but I haven't done my cold shower and I haven't exercised. I'm like lost and just wandering around like, oh, what do I do with this? No. So it's almost I have to do those in sequence in order for me to draw. Otherwise, I feel really guilty. I feel like I'm cheating myself, and I think perhaps that's a good thing. It's a good thing to do that. Um, I don't know. I think for all you artists out there, many of you who are trying to find ways to set up a an art habit, um, maybe you might want to try this strategy out. I'm not saying you have to do cold shower or workout. Maybe you have a set like a couple steps or a couple triggers that you do before you begin your your drawing your drawing escapades for the day. For those that are struggling to get ready, maybe what you do is you get up, you have a cup of coffee, you go to your studio area or your office or wherever you are drawing, you sit down and you just put the timer on for 10 minutes and you read or you do nothing. And once that timer beeps, it's go time, right? Maybe that's a pathway that you need to go to begin drawing, um, whatever it may be. So those are the three things that I do every day, whether I like it or not. Because believe you me, there's days that I get up and I'm like, I don't even want to draw. Like I'm sucking today, I'm really sucking. Legs are dragging. I'm feeling lazy, feeling a little lazy, like the lazy. What's that? The lazy feels, the or the you feel like you just want to kick back and like do nothing. Like just feeling a little lazy today. I earned this. Oh, let's go get some Starbucks and some scones and get those cake pops and just get some donuts and kick it back and watch TV while I'm sitting on my lazy boy. Right? All right. Well, anyways, those are the three things I do every day. Take it or leave it. Maybe this has some value to you. Maybe you at least got a laugh out of it because it's show some humility, I guess, some genuineness. Yeah.